here. Dude grabbing the demon drow lady blasting electricity, but she's shooting the snakes behind him. I'm already getting some ideas. I think grappling is something that you don't really see people play as. You don't even see people meme about it. I think it'd be really cool to have a grappler in the party that just does a bunch of the wrestling moves on people and is just bare knuckling up and getting up on people's grill. So your common everyday and a grapple in 5e is a type of attack move that deals no damage. Yeah, and that's the thing about it, is it doesn't really do any damage. You don't need page on page to understand grappling. 5th edition rule is far simpler in the previous game, and grappling is considered an attack if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure. Let's see, grappling rules. It's not considered an action, it's considered an attack. When you attempt to grapple, you're taking a special kind of melee attack. Yeah. The rules are very simple. Those used when trying to shove an enemy prone. You can only target one creature up to one size larger than you, and instead of an attack roll, you make a strength check, contesting your target's strength or dexterity stat. That's not true. You're going against their athletic or acrobatic stats. Once you're grappling a creature, they have the grappled condition. Makes sense. Yeah, so far so good. Creature can attempt to escape or grapple at the end of the grapple. So we got the rules. We got the rules set up. Right. So Monk Business, a guide to the Monk 5th edition class. Okay. Well, you guys know how I feel about monks. I'm not. I think monks are the worst class in 5th edition overall. I haven't seen all their subclasses, but I think monk as a class just suffers and could use a pretty good buff. There are downsides of 5th edition grapple. You can still attack or cast spells as normal with an opponent grapple. In fact, you can pretty much take any action. Yeah, that's the cool thing about grappling. Like all it does is it makes your opponent movement 0. So when you grapple, you really does it limit the amount of people you can grapple? Like if you were surrounded by goblins, could you like spend a turn grappling each goblin every turn until you have, was it 8 goblins grappled? Is that could you do that? You can still attack or cast spells as normal. Not enough hands. You just put them all in the same headlock. You just start shoving them in there and you hold them down tight. However, lugging, struggling a bad guy around the battlefield isn't so easy. Your speed will be halved unless you're 2 sizes or more bigger. So yeah, you want to play like a Goliath or Minotaur or something. You want to be a really big guy. Just like when you watch those cartoons and they have those over-exaggerated like wrestlers who are just super huge. If a grappler is something you're super keen on, it could be worth taking the grappler feat. Visit best feats. Basically, the grappler feat means you have advantage against your grappling foe. That's really good. You want that. Grappler also gives you a chance to pin a target you have grappled, giving both you and it the restrained condition. It's a double-edged sword. You're restrained, so are they, so they can take advantage on you. But unfortunately, the latter move probably isn't worth doing most of the time, unless you don't mind dramatically lowering your own damage output to give your party a chance to wail on a guy. Yeah, it would be really good if you were communicating with your party and you're just like, hey, I'm gonna restrain him. Give it to him. Give it to him hard, because they would start getting advantage on him. If you're really trying to go for a highly optimized D&D build, which I think would be the optimal route, I think going grappler and restraining everyone can make you feel kind of useless in the grand scheme of things against trash mobs and things of that nature. But it could be fun on a character who is like a pro wrestler or something. I agree. I think if like you make a character that is a pro wrestler, then you can have some fun with it. And again, this has always intrigued me. Wait, is that it? That's the article? Oh my god. Oh jeez, their freaking whole idea. Their whole idea was to just use grappler feet with a monk. Alright. Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. Today, we are going to accomplish something that no one on the internet has accomplished. We are going to make a wrestler. Do you hear me? We're gonna take you down, grappling class. We're gonna show you around the ropes. We're not only gonna make a class that is viable, we're gonna make a class that is broken. Grappling is undermined, underused, and not talked about enough. We're gonna make a class way better than just monk and grappler feet. We're gonna do something that nobody's done before. Don't ask me what we're gonna do or how we're gonna start it because I have no idea. But we're doing this. I'm very disappointed. I was hoping that that article would give me content, more than 5 minutes of content. Damn it. I needed more than 5 minutes of content. Okay, all right, let's create a character. So, I might need some help with this one. We're gonna name him Pro Wrestler. What's a good wrestler name? What's a good wrestler name? Give him Mr. Savage. Oh, I got it. Can you smell savage that you can't see under the taker? Perfect wrestler name, if I do have to say so myself. All right, so then we're gonna go and we're gonna do. We gotta pick a race. We gotta have a race. Let me see if I can. Can I call a friend? Can I phone a friend for help? Ezio, are you here? Are you free, Ezio? If you're free, are you able to join the chat? The Discord chat? I am here, yes. Yeah, can you join the Discord chat? Can I phone a friend real quick? I'm gonna need help with this one. So Ezio is my moderator, for those of you that have been part of this community would know. Sometimes I force him to ban you guys. You're broken. Oh, he's broken. Oh, jeez. That was... I don't know. Listen to it on the stream. You'll hear what I just heard. So I want to make Ezio has like a million characters. Ezio gets to play DnD, unlike me. So he has more experience at making characters. The reason I'm bringing him in is one, to save time, but two, I want to mitigate some of me just clicking on every race and having things done. With that being said, what would be the best race for a grappler? We want someone that is really good close range, that will hurt. We can stack damage when we're close range, preferably grappling range. Right off the bat, I'm looking at Bugbear, because can bugbears have reach, right? They just naturally
they have a reach of 10 feet instead of the normal 5.
That's huge if you want to be a grappler. Also, by the way, whenever you're making a class, ask your DM. I'm cool with this. I'm 100% cool with this. But ask your DM if, like, you have to be the race that you're picking, right? Like, and I think in the new book, they allow you to switch things up in Tasha's guide or something like that. Like, you can mix things up. But don't feel obligated to play, like, as a bug. If you want to be a human, that's just really lanky and tall and big, that's fine. And you just have bugbear stats. That works. I do that for some of my players. I did that for Fabernator. And nobody knows the wiser. Nobody even question it when they watch Fabernator play. So it's fine. Nobody cares. Have fun with it. So
Bugbear's a good choice. Otherwise, I was thinking if you combined Grappler with Tavern Brawler.
Okay.
But instead of using the D4 that Tavern Brawler gives you for melee attack, if you go with a race that gives you a higher damage die for unarmed strike.
And I think that's why the book wanted you to be a monk, because your melee. Are you outside? Or are you eating your microphone?
No, it's the old shit headset.
Oh.
Let me check some of my settings.
Okay, so Bugbear's good. Was it Asimir? They have a AoE ability, don't they? Like when they pop off?
Potentially. And there's so many different variations of all the races now.
Yeah, there is, which is why I brought you in here, because you already knew stuff about bugbears that I didn't know. Radiant Soul. You unleash the divine energy with yourself, causing your eyes to glimmer into luminous, transforming 1 minute. You fly. Oh, that's cool. You can deal an extra radiant damage to a target when you deal damage to it. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Extra radiant damage. Once on each of your turns, you can deal extra radiant damage to one target. When you deal damage to it with an attack or spell, the extra radiant damage equals your level. Once you use the trait. Okay, so this is really cool. So if you can grapple someone, and then you transform, and it lasts for a minute, and you can fly up to 30 feet, and you do radiant damage, you literally, hear me out. You literally grab someone as an Asimir, pop your transformation, fly up 30 feet, melee them, give them a quick whack like you're playing Smash Brothers and you're going whoopsh, 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 and then just drop them. And then what, 30 feet, that's 3d6 worth of damage?
Yep.
And that's, you could dash if you wanted to, and then you could literally, like, you take the grappling feat so you have advantage on grappling people. Pop open those wings.
If you're high enough level to have 2 feats and you've taken Tavern Brawler, you can actually punch them once, bonus action grapple, and then punch them twice more.
And then drop them?
Yes.
Bro. Bro. So you could, and then drop him 30 feet, and then boom. And then you can swoop down, grab someone else, punch him with Tavern Brawler, and by the way, depending on your level, so if you have 2 feats by now, you're obviously like what level? You have to be at least level 8.
At least level 8. So 6 if you're a fighter.
6 if you're a fighter. So essentially, you're at the very least doing, every time you hit them, you're doing 6 points of damage at the very least, because it's to your level. So if you're at level 8, yeah, because you're doing extra 6 points of radiant damage every turn. That's not a bad, this isn't a bad, that's not a bad start. The only downside to this class is when you're dungeon delving. So when the ceiling's only like 10 feet high or something like that, then you lose the ability to drop people. You are still grappling them, but I don't know, that's a good option. We're going to keep that in the back pocket.
And I suppose just because you used your first attack to punch them doesn't mean your second 2 have to be punches depending on your class.
Exactly.
You can still use a one-handed weapon.
So is there a way, wrestler like WWE wrestling or like Mexican wrestling, is there a difference?
I don't know what the difference is.
Like a luchador? Put on your mask. Both, refugee, both. Okay. So I'm thinking, all right. So Asimir, we'll put that in the back pocket. Bugbear. I like Bugbear because of the reach. I feel like so. What does Tavern Brawler do?
Tavern Brawler allows you to use a D4 for all unarmed strikes. And anytime, also you get proficiency with improvised weapons. Anytime you make an unarmed strike attack, you can use a bonus action to grapple your target. Depending on how the DM wants to rule it.
An unarmed strike attack?
It's a bonus action.
Right. So you only get like one shot, but you could still. Oh, so you could still do 2 attacks.
Yeah, the way I figure, well, since you can break up where your attacks are, punch them, bonus action grapple, whack, whack.
Yeah, if you're like a fighter and you have like 3 attacks.
Or just single whack, whatever. I'm used to the 3 from being a fighter, but yes. If you have multi-attack, you can still hit them again after grappling.
Okay, all right. So we know for a fact we want to mix those 2 feats together. Those 2 feats are god tier. Putting those together, let's find a race.
Yeah. So Bugbear's great because they get that extra 5 feet of reach.
Is there? Okay, so we can. I was talking about picking people up and flying with them. The Aarakocra. They have talons.
Oh, which is a D6 instead. Yeah.
Well, it's a D4. It's a D4 plus your strength modifier. But.
Oh, you're looking at the legacy one.
Oh.
I have the. Newer.
Legacy.
Mordenkainen presents.
Isn't Legacy
Monsters of the Multiverse?
Aarakocra? Yeah, I don't know how to say it. Okay, so it's a D6. Does that stack with Tavern Brawler?
Yeah, it's one or the other.
Damn it.
Yeah, but it's a D6 plus strength still, and they still have the flight, just inherent flight.
They just have inherent flight, but you have a fly speed of 50. Wait, when you grapple someone, does your speed become 0? Can you move with them? Is that at half speed?
I don't.
What are the downsides to being a grappler? That's what I need to find out. Okay.
Let's see. Just go to this character sheet. So I'm pretty sure if you're grappled.
Yeah. What happens if you are grappling? Because I know what happens when you're grappled.
If you're grappling, I do think your movement speed gets cut. Unless the creature is willingly moving with you.
Look into that real quick. I'm going to look at some of these other races.
And it looks like... So...
I think dwarves are not going to be an option. Definitely
the original Aarakocra, however the hell you're supposed to say that, does have a flight speed of 50. But the newer version, which is the one I'm looking at for the D6, its flying speed is the same as walking. So it'd only be 30.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless you're a monk or barbarian who gets more movement speed.
True. So barbarians get more movement speed?
Unarmored defense. As long as they're not wearing armor, they get an extra 10 feet. I don't remember what level that is.
Run like super fast, huh?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure monks get some sort of movement speed boost. I'm not as familiar with the monk class, so.
It sucks.
That's part of why I'm not familiar with it.
Okay, so you could be a lion. That's another claw attack. That's a D4.
Legacy classes, I don't know. I don't know if any of the legacy classes have anything over the D4. It's only with the new variants that have the higher.
Okay, that makes sense. I think honestly, I think Asamir are the best pick.
They'd be a good one, yeah, with their bonus damage every
Yeah.
turn.
With your bonus damage and it's equal to your level. You just pick which one you want to be, because you can have a necrotic shroud with the fallen one. The protector one can fly. I would go with the protector one so you can fly. The scourge one creates a shed of bright light in 10 feet around you, but I would go with scourge because you can fly, and one, flying's just a broken ability, and
Very
you
much
can do radiant damage equal to your level. So radiant damage equal to your level. So let's say, okay, we're gonna go with this one. What else do you get? Okay. But when you grapple someone, they're gonna be smaller than you. I guess you could say that you're bigger than someone, right? If you're not gonna be an Asimir, I would say the other pick is a bugbear. The only problem with being a bugbear is I would say you would have to be stealthy to get the surprise attack, because then you get to do an extra 2d6 damage.
And here's the thing, bugbears, I'm pretty sure, already have at least half proficiency in stealth.
Yes, they do.
Or full proficiency.
They get full proficiency. So you pick a bugbear. I could argue. Wait a second.
If you're gonna go monk anyways, you're probably gonna want high dex to begin with.
Hear me out.
Yep.
Bugbear, wrestler, rogue.
My mind definitely wasn't already in the same place. I love it.
The only downside is that, like, you'll have a dagger, right? But you grapple someone, and then you hit them with the dagger and sneak attack. Unless you ask your DM, like, hey, can I just not have to use a dagger? Like, I just won't use any weapons ever. Like, can I just have this? And if your DM allows it, which is something I would, then you could just do sneak attacks with your bare hands.
Do rogues get extra attack?
No, they don't. The only time a rogue uses an extra attack is if they use their bonus action. But if you have Tavern Brawler, when you attack, you also get to grapple. So you attack, do your sneak attack, and then they're grappled. They're stuck with you.
That's true. And if you're a swashbuckler, you can get sneak attack pretty much forever if the conditions are right. And
you'll have reach because of the long arms. Yep. So I think this is an alternate route. This doesn't really fit the wrestler vibe of being like, you know, The Rock or being freaking Batista or The Undertaker. You know, wrestlers are they're kind of showmen like. So we're gonna stick with Protector, Asimir for now. All right.
Sounds fair.
Now we need to pick a class. We need a class. We kind of figured out how to do it with a rogue. I think you're not going to have a weapon. That's the thing. So at worst, you're going to be stuck doing a D4 plus your strength. So at higher levels, you're going to be required to find magic items that make your strength past 20 if possible. So like the ogre gauntlets, I think, like that. Can they make your strength go past 20? Because then more than likely, if you min-max this character, you'll automatically like get this person's strength to 20 as soon as possible. So it'll be a D4 plus 5, but at most what is that? That's like that's 9 points of damage, and then you would add whatever your level is. So we can go about this two ways. We can be a barbarian. What was my reasoning for being a barbarian? What's up, Descrom? You could be a barbarian, so that way we can take resistance and damages. So if we if we end up in a position where we use the grappling feature and we restrain someone, then we will only take normal damage because they'll cancel out. Because once you restrain someone, you are then restrained yourself.
Yep, and at 5th level, they get the 10 extra feet of movement. So if we're going with they have at least 2 feet, they already are level 8.
Yes. So, and if you're an Asimir, if that 10 feet of movement is so important, because if you can, we need to figure out, does someone in chat know if you pick someone up while they're grappled? I need to look this, I need to figure this out, because this determines our character. Moving while grappling 5e. Man, if Yami was here. When you move, you can drag or carry the grappled creature with you, but your speed is halved. Okay, so that's all I needed to know. So your speed is halved. Because I didn't know if that was a home rule that I would do or if that was like the actual rules. I was like, this makes sense. Half the speed. I've always just went with that. So if your speed is half at level 5, you're going to be able to move 20 feet in the air. That's still an extra 2d6s.
Yeah. Just to pick them up, punch them a couple times, and drop them.
Yeah, yeah. Or you don't even have to drop them. You could just keep flying up while hitting them. Yeah. While hitting them. Asimar? Asimar? Is that how you say it? Asimar? I like my way better. I like Asimir. I prefer my favorite way of saying Asimir. But I like
obviously that is superior. And if you're dragging them upwards for multiple turns,
you're hitting. If
you're a barbarian, you can also rage.
Oh, and you're doing rage damage on top of it. So not only are you doing the extra Asimir damage or Asimar damage, you're doing the tavern brawler damage, and you're doing the barbarian damage on top of that, making you useful at taking out single target people, and then you can drop them. And since you have the ability to fly, you can fly over, grab someone who might be bothering your spellcaster, and take them somewhere else. Again, and being a barbarian fixes if you're in a dungeon and there's a ceiling. So now you're just straight up grabbing someone. Also, I still don't think there's a limit to how many people you can grab. I genuinely do not think there's a limit.
You got rope, right?
Yeah, there's no actual limit. The game doesn't say, oh, you can only have 2 people grappled at a time. I think it says you can only grapple once per, like you can only grapple one person at a time, a turn. But I can have multiple turns where I'm just like grabbing people. Either way. So you grapple.
Just keep putting them in. Here's another wrist in my hand. There's another wrist in my hand. All right.
You're grabbing these people. You're doing radiant damage equal to your level. You're doing barbarian damage based on your level. You're rolling a d4 that adds your strength modifier to it, which should be 5 because you're going to max that out first. So at the very least, so barbarian's liable.
Oh, also, if you're a barbarian and you are you probably won't be the case, but if you're all the way at level 20, you get an extra 4 in strength and con. Because your cap gets raised from 20 to 24.
So you don't fall off endgame is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
So this we're potentially
it's only a +2 in damage.
We're potentially Yeah.
It's
we're
still
potentially
big.
Making the best grappling class ever on the internet right now. Ever. For the first time. So my other thought was fighter. Specifically champion fighter. Because you get to crit.
And you can crit a lot.
Yeah, especially if you're attacking 3 times, you would be critting. I mean, but if you crit, so assuming people don't use my home rule, it's just 2d4s.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
As big.
Yeah. It's not as great. Now let's say we go monk. Monk gets I think the reason they picked monk in the article was for the obvious reason, is because you have key points, you have martial arts, which you can use your dexterity instead of strength for attacks, which we're gonna use strength. You roll a d4 in place of a normal damage to your unarmed strike, and I think this levels up. I think the d4 changes, but you're allowed to have monk weapons, like a staff, a quarter staff.
As you gain more monk levels. I'm just not sure what those levels are.
So what I'm thinking, right? Since we're trying to make a wrestler, and you're allowed to have monk weapons, and if you pick a monk, what if like you had a chair, a foldable chair as your weapon? You had one of these bad boys, and you just walked around with this on your back, and this was your monk weapon, because you're a wrestler, right? Like, so you can flavor it however way you want. It doesn't matter. I can call this a quarterstaff, but I can imagine it's a chair.
Oh,
you whack people with this bad boy.
So Tavern Brawler isn't just unarmed strikes; it is unarmed strikes or improvised weapons.
Or improvised.
I'll read it word for word.
There
Increase
you
your
go.
Strength or con score by 1. You are proficient with improvised weapons. Your unarmed strike uses a d4 for damage. When you hit a creature with an unarmed strike or an improvised weapon on your turn, you can use a bonus action to attempt to grapple the target.
So this Tavern Brawler just straight up nullifies and nerfs monk class. Unless you wanted, like, the thing about monk is you'll get things like stunning strike, which is super good. And you'll get like evasion and what I like is the extra movement, is the unarmored movement with the monk, because especially if we're going to be flying as Aasimar, then we can pick people up. We have our monk's movement, blast off into the sky, drop people.
If you're a barbarian at 8th level already, you also have that.
Is it the same though?
It is.
Oh, it does. It only increased by 10 feet. Huh. Yep. And barbarian gives us the extra damage.
Yep. Now, if you still want to do the fighter route, a fighter at that point at 8th level has 3 feats. They could take the mobile feat to get the extra 10 feet. But
that would be. But then that's like ability points we would be wasting. You know what else?
Exactly.
The Tavern Brawler gets in the way of the key points, because key points use bonus actions. So we don't want to contest that. So monk's out of the question. I think monk. No, we go barbarian. We go barbarian. So let's say we're gonna make. Let's just say we're level 10, right? Nice round number. What's up?
Okay. No. So it'd be. Okay. So it is an action to use the Aasimar thing to give yourself flying and whatnot. So if you spend round 1 raging and activating this, the rest of your rounds can just be beating people up.
Okay, so you do have to use a round to activate your thing?
Yeah.
Well, you can activate it. Here's the thing. You can activate it after you have someone grappled. So you can run up, attack someone twice, once or whatever, grapple them with your bonus action. If you fail with your bonus action, you try to grapple them with your second attack, because grappled's considered a melee attack action.
Yeah, but the Radiant Soul, you use your action.
That's fine. That's fine. So then you have them
grab action. It's a full action.
No. I understand. So like, but look, hear me out. So like, combat starts. Yep. So then you run in, you attack someone. Let's say you grapple them with your bonus action. You attack someone. You don't get your extra radiant damage, right? Next turn, you pop action, Radiant Soul. You pop your bonus action to rage, and then you just fly. Yeah. That turn. And then the turn after that, you punch them some more, you fly some more, and then you drop them.
Yeah, so no matter what, you're going to have to spend round popping things. It's just whenever you want to do it.
Exactly. But so you could do it before the turn. I think it's more efficient to do it after they've been grappled, because you're only losing out in damage by not having
True.
rage. You know, it doesn't affect your strength. It doesn't. So you get them grappled, then you pop your stuff, you pop your cooldowns, and then I say fly one turn, drop them. Hopefully they're dead by then. If not, go over and then pick up the next dude, grapple, punch him, fly, punch, fly, drop him. A chat's over here saying Eldritch Knights can enlarge. Ooh, but if we're making a wrestler / luchador, we could. I mean, I thought about making a bard only because wrestlers have so much charisma.
Oh, yeah.
What would it look like if we made like? Hold on, let me go back. What would it look like if we actually made a bard? Could we make that work with a bard? Because wrestlers have so much charisma.
I don't know bards as well, so
let's see. Cause you have Dwayne The Rock Johnson, the Electric Man, and I could just imagine you go and you grab someone, right? And then you're just like, can you smell what's good? You know, you just start screaming, and then you just you give your teammate a bardic inspiration. Or you just look at someone and you go, what's your name? It doesn't matter what your name is, jabroni. And that's like what's it called?
Vicious mockery.
Vicious mockery to someone else. Like, I feel like a bard and a wrestler would work so well if you're going for the persona. Or you literally oh god, I have to make this work. Maybe you multi-class in this. You literally you just show up to combat before you pop anything. You show up to combat and you just play John Cena's theme song. And you just walk up and you give everyone a bardic inspiration. You're just like, so if you wanted to add flavor to the class, I definitely think bards could fit.
Yeah, if you're going
but it might not work when you're trying to min max, and obviously me and Ezio here are trying to min max the class.
Yeah, if you're going for this is a wrestler look, then yes, bard is great. If you're going for the min max, I'm gonna kill everything with my fists, not quite so good.
Yeah, oh man, I feel like you can multi-class in a bard, but that would hurt you even more. I don't. Because bard, there's only one bard class that I know of that gets extra attack. Or there's only one bard subclass that gets extra attack. We're gonna have to come back to this. We're gonna come back to this and make. Right now we'll just try to min max. Right now we're just gonna try to make the best wrestler. But I'm definitely we're gonna see what we can do with bard in the future. So okay, we got barbarian.
See, as for the enlarged thing, if you have a spellcaster that can cast it, you could just in your party, you could just nicely ask them, "Hey, you mind having this spell prepared for me?"
What benefits do you get for being enlarged?
You become one size larger,
like,
or doubles your size or something, and you get an extra D4 with all melee attacks.
Oh shit. Oh shit. I still feel like barbarian outweighs that. Well,
yeah, that's why I'm saying if someone else in your party can cast it, you wouldn't necessarily need to have it.
Yeah, I feel like barbarian will ends up outscaling that in the long run. I think at first at low levels it's really good, but I think it gets outscaled. I do like that though. So okay, what would be the best primal path?
Well, if you want to go for all resistances, there's always Totem Warrior. because they have resistance to everything except psychic while raging.
What if
you choose the bear totem?
What's Ancestral? I really like Ancestral Guardian. What is Ancestral Guardian? Because then it forces... I think Ancestral Guardian would be best. Hear me out. The reason I say this is because when you choose Warriors Appear, and the first creature you hit with an attack on your turn becomes the target of the warriors, which hinder its attack. Until the start of your next turn, that target has disadvantage on any attack rolls that isn't against you when the target hits a creature. So this way, because I feel like when you're a grappler, you're really mitigating your ability to take on multiple guys.
Yeah.
Now, I also think Ancestral Guardian makes you it's kind of redundant, because if they're grappled, they're not going to go and attack your friends. So maybe not Ancestral Guardian. Ancestral Guardian.
Ancestral, yeah.
But if you're fighting a boss, like if you're fighting a dragon or something, because when something's larger than you, you're not going to be able to do that whole pick people up and stuff, right? You're essentially going to end up just like punching the dragon every turn.
Yeah.
This way, you're still useful when it comes to like big boss fights. You don't, especially with guys, like if you're fighting giants and things that you ultimately can't really grapple because they're so big. This still makes you useful. And I think that would be good. When it comes to fighting trash mobs, probably not so much. But I think it still so we need to make sure that this character stays useful, because this character right now, we're really good at doing damage. We're not really good at doing damage. We're not like a freaking crossbow expert sharpshooting ranger right now, right? We'll never be like that. We're decent at doing damage. We can keep up with classes that are not min-maxing, if not do better than them at the moment. But we need to be able to stay useful in any situation. I have something big that you can't grapple. Watch me, dude. Watch me. You haven't seen me. You haven't seen me when I eat pickles, bro. Just all in one go, just like that. Okay. All right. I do like the being resistant to everything. HR. So totem order, picking a bear spirit, your resistance to everything.
Except psychic.
Which this still makes you useful, but if you're fighting a dragon or a giant, they're smart. They'll just ignore you. You're doing the least amount of damage to them. They'll go take out the people that are doing more damage to them, and then they'll wait for you for last, which puts you again in a weird spot.
And depending on the type of dragon it is, because there are now dragons that can deal psychic damage, they can still ignore your resistance.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah. With the Fizzman's Treasury, they added all types of dragons. So there is now a dragon for every single elemental damage.
Oh, snap. Wait, what's this storm aura? Your aura has an effect that activates when you enter rage. You can activate the effect again on each of your turns as a bonus action. Choose desert, sea, or tundra. With desert, I've never heard of this before. All the creatures around you take 2 fire damage. The damage increases when you reach certain levels. With sea, the target takes 1d6 lightning damage. It takes half as much. Increases with your... I think we might have found something. Tundra.
What level are we making this character is gonna be?
Let's just say it's 10. But this is for 10? People if they want to start this character at level 1 and play a campaign with them. So even if it starts weak, we want to be able to allow this person to have fun as they grow and make this character. I'm liking Storm Aura. It adds more damage because that's what we're lacking is damage. It
Yeah.
adds more damage on top of everything we've already been doing. You can choose to heal yourself. You already have resistance to everything except for magical stuff by being a barbarian. I'm liking Storm. Herald. Path of the Berserker, Frenzy, Frenzy might be worth it. You make a single melee weapon it has to be a weapon attack as a bonus action. Nope.
Never mind, that's out.
Path of the Beast. When you enter Rage, you can transform into a beast. Bite, you transform into muzzle. 1d8 piercing damage. Claws, transform your claws. 1d6. But you have to choose one or the other, huh? You grow a lashy spiny tail, which does 1d8 piercing damage, but then it falls off. This falls off after time. Beast form.
Yeah, you get to choose it every time you rage, but it's not.
Wild magic's fun.
I
Shadowy
always love
tendrils.
wild magic,
1d12. Wild magic, you don't really have a lot of control, and a lot of the damage that wild magic does also falls off. However, wild magic does stack with your Osimir abilities. So if you do 1d12 necrotic damage, you're also doing plus 10 or plus whatever your level is radiant damage on top of that.
True.
Wait, does that mean... Hold on. Does that stack with Storm? Will your Asimir ability stack with Storm?
I don't see why they wouldn't. Because it's just...
I don't know.
Once on each of your team... Once in each of your turns... With an attack or a spell. I mean, you're going to be punching people, so it's going to happen no matter what.
Okay. What right now my vote is for Storm, Herald. What are you thinking?
I am liking Storm, and then let's see.
Channel your Divine Fury into your weapon strikes. Nope. Path of Zealot doesn't work. What do the other totem spirits do? Have disadvantage on opportunity attacks against you.
Great.
Raging, you aren't wearing heavy armor. Your walking speed increases by 15 feet.
Wait, no, I know.
Tiger, while raging, you add 10 feet to your long. Okay, well, Wolf. While raging, your friends have advantage on melee attack rolls against any creature within 5 feet of you that is hostile to you. Why do we have grapple? Oh, because it gives us advantage on grapples. Yeah, I'm liking Storm.
Yeah.
I'm liking Storm.
Plus, if we're at 10th level, see, it only takes 6th level. You get resistance to an extra damage type depending on what aura you choose.
Really? So you
Yes,
could still lean it in a certain direction.
Yep. Desert is fire, sea is lightning, tundra is cold.
Okay, so we're gonna go with Storm Herald, and then you get to choose. You don't just pick an aura and you're stuck with it.
This one, yes, you are.
Oh, you are stuck with it?
Yes.
Well, then you would just pick C.
Yeah.
You would just pick C. I mean, yeah, you're risking it. Plus, they have to make a DC saving throw. It's easy to max out your Constitution. Just max out your Strength, max out your Constitution. Don't worry about anything else.
You're going to want to max it out as a barbarian for your defense anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And you're doing an AoE to everybody. At 10th level, that's 3d6s. That's really good. 4d6s at 15. So you're able to do up to... you're able to do up to what, 20? Why can't I do math? I don't even know what 4 times 6 is. This is absolutely
24.
Disgusting. 24 points of damage. Just by, and this is everyone within 10 feet of you.
When it's activated, you choose one other creature you can see in your aura.
Oh, okay. Well, this is the dude that you're grappling.
Yeah. If you wanted to do everyone, you'd have to take desert, which is fire damage to everyone.
Yeah, and they'll take half damage. Now, I will say this. There are a lot of people that are immune to electricity in D&D.
There are.
So, just keep that in mind. But you're still doing a lot of damage. Like, this puts you... We'll look at it. We'll look at it. So, we're going to pick Storm. We're going to pick a feature. We're going to pick Grappling. Grappler? What's it called? It's in the G's, I'm assuming. A, B, C, D, E, F.
Yeah, it's just...
And then we're going to pick another feature. We're going to pick Tavern Brawler. QRST. Oh, that's Sniper. I did not want that. Tavern Brawler. Okay. Choose Strength or Constitution. Strength. Right? I don't even know what that does. Oh, increase your Strength score by 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we're gonna skip over ability score. Why do I have 2 of these? Oh, it just tells me what I'm getting. I'm getting my wisdom. So we're gonna max out strength. Constitution's gonna go next. We'll do dexterity because we're a dude. Then we'll do not because we're a dude, because we're a wrestler. You knew what I meant there. And then we'll do 10, and then we'll do 8. All right. And that's just a quick way of looking at it. Background. We'll just pick gladiator. Musical instrument. What instrument is this? Are those trumpets? When I play John Cena's background? Drums. But what's the main thing that everybody knows? What's the main thing that everybody hears when they hear John Cena's noise? That's right. Trumpets. We'll do horn. And starting equipment, nothing, because we're a barbarian / wrestler, so we literally need nothing. Let's look at this character sheet. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Right off the bat, we get a +7 to hit people, dude. At level 10. That's not bad. That's not bad. +7.
With using standard array, that's pretty good.
So, okay, let's is there any way in D&D and Beyond to add our like cooldowns to the damage?
The only way I know is using that Beyond 20 extension, and even then it doesn't always work great.
Okay, so we're gonna test out to see how much damage we do as a grappler. So give me a creature. Give me a creature that would be like level 10. Or that would just give me anything. Anything.
Anything?
Anything.
All right. How about a zombie?
Zombie.
Some variety.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Zombie. I like zombie. All right. So, let's pull out monsters. Let's pull out a zombie.
Literally only pick zombie because they're undead fortitude stuff.
Jeez Louise. Oh look, there's a zombie. There's just a zombie right there. Okay, so first thing we do is we're not gonna pop rage. We're not gonna do anything. We're just gonna run up to the zombie and we're going. You know what? We need some music. I can't do this without music. There we go. All right. We're gonna run up to this zombie and we're gonna see if we can hit the zombie. Because we have Tavern Brawler, we can use a bonus action to attempt to grapple it when we hit. Zombie has an AC of 8, so we do grapple the zombie. I mean, we do hit the zombie. So now we got to see if we get grappled. Watch him die. Now that would be funny if my character died. I would be absolutely horrible. You know what I should have done? I should have made the monk that the article said to make, and then compared it.
And have them face.
Have them face off against each other, and it should have been an actual wrestling match. Oh my gosh, that's content right there. Oh, that's freaking content right there. Just rubbing it in their face. We'll do that tomorrow. We'll do that.
I love that idea. That'd be
Well,
fucking awesome.
I'm not tomorrow. We'll do that Wednesday.
Yep.
I don't stream on Tuesdays. Okay, so we hit the zombie. The zombie has an AC of 8. And now we need to let me go back. Okay. Oh, never mind. This didn't help at all. So now we need the zombie has a -2 in Dex, but has a +1 in Strength. So the zombie's gonna do an Athletics check to avoid getting hit by our guy, but we're gonna do a Strength check, which is a +3. We're gonna beat the zombie.
Have chosen a weak creature for you to kill.
It's okay. No, we're demonstrating. It's okay. So then the zombie's gonna go. Zombie's gonna roll a 8. Zombie gets grappled. Zombie gets grappled. We're going to then. So we did hit the zombie. Again, this is without popping anything. So we do 5 points of damage, and then we're just gonna hit the zombie again. Which that hits, and then boom. Okay, so we've done.
You get advantage from grappler when
Oh, that's
grappled.
right. We
So
do
those
get
second 2
advantage.
attacks have advantage.
The attacks only when I'm grappling do they have
Yeah.
advantage.
So
So that strength check that I would have had advantage. So we've done
the
10
second
points of
attack
damage.
would have advantage.
Oh, because he's grappled?
Yes.
Oh shit. All right. Roll to see if we get a 20. We don't. That's really good to know. So we've done 10 points of damage to the zombie. The zombie's dead. No, it's not. Zombie's still alive. Zombie's still alive.
Not quite.
Zombie gets to go. Zombie is going to, I guess, attempt to slam us.
Yeah, that's
it's
all the basic zombie can do.
so it does it have disadvantage or anything when trying to attack us?
When grapple.
I don't think so. You just have 0 movement.
Yeah.
Let's say we had to use all our movement to get to the zombie as well. So we did 10 points of damage. The zombie's bloodied. Some classes would have already been able to do 22 points of damage. I understand. I'm sorry. Now, let's say we had done it the other way. We just popped all our stuff off first, and then we went. We had to wait a turn. We popped everything, and then we took our turn. That would have probably played out differently. But
So
you
still would have dealt damage that first turn popping it thanks to your storm aura.
That's true, because then I would have been able to hit him with lightning damage.
Yep.
Making me like that storm aura a lot more now. Zombie does like 2 points of damage to us. Now we're going in with everything popped, and I want you guys to see the difference. So we pop Rage. We pop Radiant Soul. All right? Radiant Soul at level 10, I want you to understand, is the equivalent of having Sharpshooter / Great Weapon Handling, except you don't have to take the minus to roll.
It's just you automatically deal as long as you hit.
You automatically deal. Now,
If the zombie, as long as you're not rolling a nat 1, you're gonna hit with this character.
Yep. Now, mind you, if you were playing like a regular barbarian and you were in Awesomere, then this would be, and you had great weapon handling, or you were an archer and you had sharpshooter, this would be plus 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Which would absolutely delete people. But to put in perspective, we've made a grappler already significantly better than what that article said. So, first off, what we're going to do is we're going to use our storm, our sea aura. The zombie has to make a dex save of 14 to survive. Okay, he makes it. He's going to take half damage. So it's going to be at level 10, it's 2d6s. 14's not hard to beat, let's be honest.
No. And but that'll only get higher as you level up more.
Okay, I rolled Snake Eyes.
Increase your con. Well, that's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate. But think of the potential.
Potential 12 damage.
Rolling
if
again.
they
I'm
fail.
rolling again. Jesus Christ. Okay. Just ignore my rolls. Just know. Just okay. Just
Here,
no.
I rolled a 9.
Thank you. You're
You're welcome.
okay, let's just say we did 1 point of damage. That sucks. It happens. We did 1 point of damage.
Can't win every time.
When we're raging, we get a +3. Oh, we get a +3 in melee damage. So we did 16 points of damage, not 10. Oh, with strength weapons. Damn it.
Oh shit. I thought you could do it with unarmed strikes.
Wait, you gain advantage on strength checks and saving throws, not attacks. Okay. +3 melee damage with strength weapons resistance. I mean, one could say your hands are weapons. To bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage.
I think you could argue with your DM to let you have it on melee weapon or with your fists.
I think you could as well, but
hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you're using an improvised weapon, which you have proficiency with, and still procs Tavern Brawler.
That's true.
That's a weapon.
That's true. You could literally, this is why
go back to your chair.
Well, yeah, go back to the chair. You could have the chair again. This is why I literally say that like rule lawyers are probably the worst types of DMs, because if you ever want to piss off a rule lawyer, you have improvised weapon, right? You could literally like say you're wearing a ring, and your ring is an improvised weapon, or
you can just like, if you're wearing a shirt, take it off, wrap around a fist. You have a boxing glove as an improvised weapon.
Yup, there you go. Yeah, like you could literally, you could say this pen. You could be like John Wick. This pen is an improvised weapon. Refugee got a 6 when he tried rolling. So, yeah, definitely. I strongly advise that your hands could work, but for the sake of the argument, we're gonna say that they didn't work. All right. So we still did only 10 damage. How much damage?
All right, fine.
Oh, was that that was the whole reason why we picked Barbarian, was to get the +3 melee damage.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we'll give ourselves the +3 melee damage. So,
yep. Like you said, it's so easy. An improvised weapon is quite literally anything that isn't an actual weapon.
Anything. We got the chair, boys. Let's just say we're using. If your DM says no to using your fist, you got the chair. You got the chair. All right. So now
we're using your backpack.
Now we're rolling with a +10. That's a hit. And then we're rolling with a +6 for damage. So we're going to add another 3 to that. So that's 8 points of damage on one hit. They're already grappled, so I actually got advantage. Didn't get a natural 20. And then the radiant damage. Oh, yeah. And now the radiant damage goes in. And so that 8 damage turns into 18 damage. Now we roll again with advantage. I rolled 3 twice. Thanks for that. It still hits the zombie, which is okay. Yep. Rolled another 7, so that's 10. So then that's with the radiant damage. That's 20 points of damage. So now we just did 28 points of damage plus my 1 damage from
Radiant's
the lightning.
only once per turn.
Oh, is it? Okay, never mind.
Yes.
Then
it's still 28 before lightning, though.
28 points of damage plus my lightning, which is a 29, just short of 30. You just did 30 points of damage in 1 turn.
With your fist.
With your fist.
Or whatever weapon.
30 points of damage in 1 turn. That's as much as a freaking sharpshooter crossbow expert person min-maxing. We just made a wrestler in DnD. Have fun. Until next time, play nice.